March Madness.
It started the first four tonight.
Yep.
Just the end of the first half with Mount St. Mary's and New Orleans were playing tonight. So
Are your boys playing tonight or tomorrow night?
the boys are playing tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah,
Okay.
tomorrow night. So against Providence, which is now talk about a rant. That's my other rant. A 24-win Pac-12 team, a power conference. You know, like a power conference, and they're getting a play-in game. It seems absurd to me. And
That's
again,
ridiculous.
They got no love whatsoever.
And it seems to be more and more that they're getting that. I know they haven't had, the best teams, but Andy Enfield has really fielded a young team that's really fun to watch when they do play well. And in a conference, it feels like they've just devalued the other teams in the league, like Oregon and UCLA. I mean, what does it say about UCLA and Oregon and Arizona, who did beat USC, when they say they're playing, they're in 11? It seems absurd.
And they got to play in to get that 11.
That's right.
Wasn't even given to them.
That's right. So they're playing another 11 in Providence, and so and that's how so they even up the seeds, but it just feels like, and then they do, the committee does something that they say they're not supposed to do, which is first round revenge games or replays.
Right. And
USC has already beat SMU this year. It was a great win, one of their better wins of the season, non-conference. And if they beat Providence tomorrow night, they got SMU in the first round, which the tournament says they just don't do those sorts of things. Maybe later in the rounds and in the tournament, and so it just feels like an afterthought.
So what they do? Flip a coin to determine a home floor. I see had 24 wins and Providence has 20.
It's in.
Why make them travel?
Well, it's in Dayton, I know, and that's the other thing. USC never stays on the West Coast. They're perpetually sending that team out to the East, and it's always trouble.
It's almost as if they want them to lose.
It feels that way.
Get them out of here.
You look at UCLA, who blows out Kentucky early in the year. They scored like 102 points against Kentucky.
Yeah.
Kentucky ends up with I think a 2 seed, and then UCLA is a 3 seed. And then you look, they send UCLA, even though they start off in, I think, Sacramento, still their bracket is a tough bracket.
And they send them to Kentucky's bracket.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel on a given day, the way UCLA can throw up points, they've proven, and and that's the good thing about even SC. I think that'll serve SC, in the tournament. And they always talk about the first four. Somebody from the first four, I guess in the last few years, has always made it to the 32. Yeah. So one of those teams always seems to I think that extra game, if they when you win that game and you're on the road, sometimes going on the road there's less distractions than being close to home, and people traveling. So hopefully it'll play well for SC. They're scrappy, and they've proven on a given day when they're playing they can beat anybody.
They're very athletic. They shoot the three very well. If they're not shooting the three well, they're done.
Right.
That's just the way it goes for them. But they caused some turnovers. They caused UCLA fits when they played them at Galen Center. Then they went back and laid an egg against them. But they're very good on defense and very athletic. They're not a big and great rebounding team. But like UCLA started playing their zone, USC has been playing a zone all year, and they've been doing really well. And that has kept them a little bit out of foul trouble with some of their big guys who are not real big, strong dudes. They're just not. So they're not banging in there and getting rebounds, but they're playing well, and they protect the rim pretty well. So
I thought it was interesting. I saw, I guess, preseason odds on UCLA were 80-1 to win the NCAA championship, and Gonzaga was 80-1. And now since the season's played out, UCLA is 12-1 and Gonzaga's 10-1. But I think it's kind of funny you're still going to play the game. And I look at a team like Gonzaga, who's 32-1. You almost fear for a team like that. I still, if when picking your brackets, I'm always for whatever reason, I always seem to have to include Michigan State in there. I think they're like 18-14 or something like that. But they always end up getting there somehow.
I've got a friend who grew up in Spokane, and so he's always followed Gonzaga. So as a good friend, I follow them too. This is the best Gonzaga team that they've ever had. It's just so balanced. They've got so many good players inside and out, and some really young. If there's anything that's going to derail them, it's the youth there. But their upperclassmen are really terrific players. So it looks like they've got a fairly easy road.
Yeah, they could.
They got South Dakota State to start, and then the winner of the Northwestern Vanderbilt, and Northwestern's first tournament appearance ever, right? I mean, ever. So
they could play Gonzaga, and Arizona could hook up in the West Regional Finals.
That's right.